All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We're just going to go straight into it this evening, okay? I'm going to pull some cards from a few of these decks, and whatever falls, I'll know is a message for somebody. That will be whatever somebody needs to hear at this time, okay? All we are doing, we're just tapping in to the current informational field, giving you information from probable timelines, okay? The most probable timeline, which means everything's always up to change. You hear something you don't like, you can change it. 100% change it, okay? All right. So I'm not even going to do any words right now. I did a couple earlier when I was going to record, and I got beehive. So beehive may be important for somebody right now. And the weirdest thing, Notre Dame. So somebody could be reading about Notre Dame or studying Notre Dame, but his name popped up. Or maybe he was around. Hell, who knows, right? Okay. Can I please tap into the informational field and get some guidance, cards of guidance for whoever needs to hear this right now? Please let this information be uplifting, clear, and concise for all involved. Thank you. All right, you guys, here we go. Somebody has something really serious going on right now. Okay, here we go. Identity crisis. If you haven't been to any of my readings, I see feeling here, and I give you the first thing that pops into my head. I just spit it out, and we unravel it together, okay? So, identity crisis. Who are you outside of the roles, titles, and survival strategies? It's time to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Identity crisis. Okay, so what I'm getting off of this, you guys, is some of us don't even know who we are right now. You don't even know what you want to have for dinner, let alone who you are deep down in your soul. Like, who were you before you were married, had all the bills, the mortgage, the kids, the job? Who were you? Who were you when you were a child? What are some of the things that lit you up? Some of the things you like to do? And honestly, you ask me those questions, I haven't got a clue. Okay? I have no idea who I am right now. My girlfriend used to ask me that question all the time. What's your dreams? What's your goals? What's your desires? And I would tell her, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. And she thought I was lying until she heard somebody give a reading for zodiac sign Pisces. And they were saying how Pisces lose themselves in relationships to the point where they're so drowned out that they don't know where they begin and the other person ends. Like, they could not tell you. And so some of us right now are having identity crisis, right? We have no idea who we are, why we're here, or where we're heading. Let me keep going, okay? Untamed vision. What if your wildest vision is your truest compass and everything else is just noise? What if your wildest vision is your truest compass? What if the thing that you dream about the most in life, the situation, the job, the career, the partner, whatever it is that you dream about, that you think is absolutely impossible to have, is really where you're supposed to be, or who you're supposed to be with, or the path you're supposed to take? You think it's just a dream. Okay, I don't know how many of you watch Bashar. Let me know in the comments if you ever listen to a Bashar channeling. He said something yesterday that absolutely blew my mind. And my partner was watching it. We both looked at each other and said, oh my God. He was talking about the universal laws, right? And I can't remember all of them offhand, off the top of my head. But the last one he mentioned was, and then everything else changes except these laws. Everything else changes. Think about that. Our beliefs, our desires, our jobs, our families, our houses, our cars, our bills, illnesses, our dreams, our goals, everything can change. We can change everything. There is nothing that we cannot change or create. Nothing. Everything we believe is just that. It's a belief that was implanted inside of us at some point. Normally, it came in when you were a child. It's a belief that has been planted, soiled, watered, and grew inside of you till it became a belief that you think cannot change. And it can. We can change and create anything, you guys. Think about it. Anything. And we don't realize it. Oh my God. Next card. Still corded. You cut them off, but not out. Your body remembers. Your field remembers. And that's where they still live. still corded. Y'all have if you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me mention before about cord cutting, okay? And basically what this card is saying, you can not pick up the phone, not answer the text, not answer the email, ignore their call, ghost them. That's what some of the kids are calling it now. However you want to put it, right? For them to get the picture that you don't want to have anything to do with them. You don't want to talk to them, and so forth and so on. That energetic cord is still attached. Okay? We need to start cutting cords, you guys, every day. You need to start cutting cords, because what cutting cords does, it doesn't guarantee that that person or that situation or whatever the case may be will never come back into your life. That's not what it means. When you cut a cord with somebody, you are just making it easier for yourself, okay? Because it's all about you. Everybody's got free will, and you're only in control of yourself. When you cut cords, you're telling the universe, you're telling your energetic field that you don't want anything else to do with this person, place, situation, whatever. And it makes it harder for them to get through to you. Okay? So that, okay, say somebody is calling you to guilt trip you into something, and you know this, and you answer the phone anyway. Right? We all do it. We answer the phone anyway. For them to unload their baggage, guilt trip us into doing something, whatever the case may be. You cut a cord with that person, and then they call you, and you look to see it's them. Oh, I'm not talking to them today. Set the phone down, and you don't think anything else about it. It shuts that energetic door. Okay? It makes it harder for them to get through to you. Either the universe does something in your favor that keeps them away, or you grow that willpower inside of you to tell them no. That's what cutting cords does. Okay? So we need to start doing that more often. Cutting cords. All right, and then the last one, avoiding pain. You've been shed soul with distractions and denial, but deep healing demands presence, not escape. In the collective community today, in collective consciousness, that when something makes us uneasy, we start feeling vulnerable. We realize that something's about to happen that's going to hurt us, make us cry, make us sad, whatever the emotion is, angry, just make us blank, feeling the emotion. We have so many ways to distract ourselves from it. Most of the time, this is what we do. Scroll and scroll and scroll. To stop ourselves from having to feel anything. And these deep-seated wounds that we have, whatever your wounds may be, everybody's different. Everybody's got something. Whatever these deep-seated wounds and hurts and just anger, pain, sadness, whatever they stem from, they're not going to go away until you sit with it. It has to process through your body. These emotions have to process. It has to start bubbling up, okay? Bubbling up somewhere in the body. You know where it starts. You start getting tight in the stomach, tight in the chest, tight in the throat, wherever it starts at. And then it needs to bubble up, bubble up, bubble up until it's coming out. Usually 9 times out of 10, it's coming out in tears. The body is processing. You're letting go of emotion. You're letting it go instead of keeping it tucked away deep down where you don't think about it, you don't feel it, you don't notice it, because you're distracting yourself with something, anything, whatever. And then that emotion is stuck. That is how you get stuck emotions, stuck energy, stuck trauma. It hasn't processed its way up and out so it can be transmuted. That's what this card is saying. Avoiding pain. We'd rather distract ourselves than face the pain. And I get it. I get it. The past few weeks, some things have been coming up for me, dealing with, that's got to do with my son's death. And it just boils up out of nowhere. And instead of pushing it back down, grabbing my phone, calling somebody, texting somebody, watching something on TV, or doing anything other than sitting with the emotion is what I used to do. And now over the past few weeks, I know it's coming. I feel it coming, and I just let it come. And the tears come, and the crying comes, and whatever else is coming with it, and I just let it come. I let it come up and out because I've held it down for so long. I've held it down since 2019. So it needs to come up and out. I know why it happened just this morning. Standing in the kitchen eating a tuna sandwich, and it just came out of nowhere. It happened when I was laying down the other day to go to sleep. No thoughts of my son whatsoever. It just came out of nowhere like a flash, and there it was. And I just had to lay there and cry and cry and cry and cry till it was cried out. These emotions are being processed through our body. Up and out. Up and out. Not up and then push back down. Up and then push back down. That's stuck emotion. That's stuck trauma. That's disease. Diseases grow from that. We have to stop doing that to ourselves. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that being vulnerable, being emotional was wrong. And that's simply not the case. Being vulnerable, being emotional, and getting the emotion, the issue, the trauma out of our bodies, that's a natural phase. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Instead, we're holding everything in and we're getting sick from it. All right, you guys, that's it. I hope this helped somebody. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of the things. Like I say, it's a long, hard climb up that YouTube mountain, you guys. Doesn't cost a penny, okay? And the likes and the comments really do help. The engagement with the videos, it tells YouTube, hey, we like her, show her videos. All right, you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye.